Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome award-winning, multi-platinum country music icon and star of the upcoming Fox series Monarch, Trace Adkins.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. There's a reason that McConey Setup Shop is trusted by more virtual and real-world tracks and companies than any other setup shop in iRacing. With partners such as Stafford Motor Speedway, the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, Five Flag Speedway, Speed 51, and more. When you want something done right, you go to the experts at McConey Setup Shop.
With setups available for most series on both asphalt and dirt, built by a team of professional builders consisting of some of the top talents on the service, McConey Setup Shop LLC has what you need to hit the track with confidence. Head over to McConeySetupShop.com and learn why McConey Setup Shop is the official setup shop of Richmond Raceway Esports and is partnered with some of the largest names in virtual and real racing.
And remember, at McConey Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
It is feature time in Tulsa. Let's go green.
He's got the run, but is it enough? It's a drag race to the finish. Culver goes from third to first in the last quarter.
Experience the world's most legendary racing events with iRacing. iRacing special events allow any member to compete in full-length multiplayer races based on some of the biggest events in motorsports all year round. Compete in virtual endurance races such as the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, and the Nürburgring 24 Hours. Take on some of the toughest races on the NASCAR calendar, such as the Daytona 500 and the Coke 600. We have races from disciplines across the racing world, from the Indy 500 to the Chili Bowl, from the Bathurst 1000 to the Crandon Championship. Our endurance special events utilize iRacing's team feature, where members can sign up and race together on their own team, swapping drivers throughout the race. Other events use iRacing Super Sessions, where you're not only racing against those on track, but against everyone taking part. As every race progresses, watch and feel the track change, with progressive time of day, dynamic weather and rain, and dynamic track debris and surface changes. Take on your favorite discipline, or try a brand new racing challenge with our biggest races of the year, the iRacing Special Events. Learn more at iracing.com/special-events.
And there it is, green flag in the air, and we are a go.
Curb, curb, curb again.
Oh! And he's gonna make it work as they are 3/10 back.
Sir, you can't park there.
Hello, race fans, and welcome to All-Star 15 TV on the broadcast tonight. It is the All-Star 15 TV Super Tropheo Series from Daytona International Speedway. We're hitting the road course with these beautiful Lamborghinis. Qualifying just ended. We're waiting for the timer to run out. This is going to be fun. We have a lot of probably drafting to get into. This is probably one of the first tracks that we're going to have a possibility of drafting to the point where on the NASCAR track, you're going to want to be tucked behind somebody and close to save fuel. We've heard people wanting to hit pit road right around halfway. We've also heard somebody trying to push it to right around 30-something minutes, 33-ish. It should very much be a fun one. We'll have Joe Hutchings up with us momentarily. He's taking...
Oh, I'm here.
Oh, you are here. I know you were doing your race control stuff, but dude, I'm excited for this. But before we get to you and how you expect this race to go, let's run down the starting lineup real fast right on your screen. Ken Hubert, Jesus Pastel is your front row. Then it's Michael Rupp and Michael Clark in row 2. Row 3, it's Donald Cepek and Josh Vidal. Row 4, Daniel Krim, Dean Thompson. In row 5, it's Nikolai Bozdel, and then Dalton Fredericks, Jake Zedow, and Clark Jackson rounding out the field. Joe, what are we expecting here tonight?
Bump drafting. We saw it in
I don't know
practice.
about that. Right? Are we? Seriously?
Oh yeah, they were bump drafting in practice. Saw a couple of them trying it out, and fuel strategy is going to be the big thing around here. I know when I tested, I really wasn't having any issues with tires. You should be able to make it the entire race on a single set. And in fact, it is probably your best interest to stay on a single set because, hey, we finally got a night race. Thank you, iRacing.
So do you have it on a times multiplier, or is it just going to slowly move into full all-out night?
Oh, it will be full all-out night here in the next 15 minutes.
All right. Bring that weather aspect out for everybody at home. Wow, it's set for 8 p.m. Beautiful looking skies out there. Track temp sitting at a very nice 74 degrees. Only going to get colder, Joe. What is that going to mean for these drivers as they're going to attack these very high-speed turns?
The colder weather should help keep the tire times a little bit lower. Should give them a little bit extra grip. It's hard to say. We've had hot tracks that gave us really good grip, and we've had cold tracks that were a menace. So we'll see what happens. This is the first night race. Finally, first night race.
No, we had
of the
Sebring,
season.
which was a night race.
Nope, it was not. It was supposed to be, and it didn't show. Remember?
No, it was a night race because I remember going into Sunset with a couple people and it being completely blinding.
No, it never made it to sun. It never made it to night, like full night.
You're gonna make me go back and look.
We'll do it later. I might be wrong. My memory is as short as AJ's hair.
Hey, whoa. We don't talk about baldness over here. Hey,
I
yo,
know.
Baldy.
I know, Baldy.
All right, iRacing official pace car heading down towards pit road. We are about to put 45 minutes on the clock, and away we go. Green flag in the air. This should be a fun one. Cold tires, everybody gingerly going into turn number 1. So far, so good. Jake Zito running in the back. Looked like, we have a car off into the grass. Dalton Fredericks early. Now, we saw that earlier, Joe. Not in a Super Tropheo race, but in a practice session for a certain endurance race here, where cold tires after a new model were a huge pain in the butt, and it bites Dalton again.
Actually, he ended up hitting the curb. If you go back and look.
Oh, did you really?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that I lied. My bad, Dalton. Don't shoot. You did crack the curb. But already, Ken Huber with a second lead over Michael Rupp. Then you have Michael Clark Duncan. Wow, not him. He's unfortunately been passed for a while. It's Michael Clark in third. Joe, your sleepiness is killing me.
I'm sorry. I have to apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I am not feeling my best right now. It's okay. We're gonna make it through the race. It's only 45 minutes.
Dude, we're gonna have fun tonight. It's dark. These guys are gonna get super racy. We got people watching us on all forms of media: Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. Come say hi, everybody.
Yeah.
Hi, Nate. Oh, that's unfortunate. He gets home literally seconds after registration closes. Looks
Nate,
like we're about to have a
me after
battle
the
for
race.
P3.
Ooh,
The
we got a
6
blink.
of Michael Rupp, and then right behind him, Jesus Pastillas, with Clark blinking really bad in front of Michael Rupp. And it looks like Dean Thompson never made it to the track.
Dean Thompson manually disconnected. That kind of sucks.
Yeah. Guess he didn't want to run a road course. He's just wanting to stick to ovals. Carter Jackson in the 14 plus 2 spots in the purple and black Lamborghini, right behind Jake Zito. Now, Joe, you were in a voice chat along with myself and a lot of these drivers before the race. Some of them having a lot of difficulty going from a prototype, what they normally run at this racetrack, to what's basically a GT3 car, or a GT3 car with a little bit of a different braking pattern. What kind of strategy and kind of figuring out period do these drivers have when switching vehicles at a racetrack that they've run with a different vehicle before?
Well, it's still mid-engine, but you're adding, several 100 pounds onto the car. But your braking distances are going to be different, and your fuel strategy is going to be completely different. It's not even the same line. You got to use a wider line going into the corners, and these cars you're going to have to try to utilize momentum, try to draft, and try to kind of hang with people.
All right, Joe, how good are you right now to take us a lap when he hits the start finish line?
Let's see. Can you give me a minute? Because I gotta go deal with the issue real quick.
Yeah, go for it. Just let me know when you get back.
Okay.
All right. Well, we'll drop it back down to that 5th place position. Jesus Pastil is under huge fire from Josh Vidal. Look at that big draft that Josh has. Coming off of NASCAR turn 4 onto the front straightaway. Little bit of a block-in we're seeing from Jesus.
The easiest way to block here would be to hold an inside line. You're not even trying to block at that point. You're just holding the line.
Taking the line, and that's exactly what Jesus did, as Vidal is right all over the back bumper. Nikolai in the 43 battling with Jake Zito going through the kink. Oh, I thought we were going to see a little contact there. And they're still battling. Now Jake's able to pull away as Dalton is trying to make up some ground that he lost when he clipped the curb lap 1, turn 2 and spun into the infield.
Well, whenever you're ready there, sir, we'll hop on board with Ken Huber and we'll get a lap going.
We'll get a lap. When he crosses the start-finish line, I'll jump on board, give it to you, and listen to the master talk about Daytona International Speedway's road course.
Mm-hmm.
But he's putting on a pretty good lead, 2 seconds above the field, sending it to Joe Hutchings for the lap around Daytona.
All right, so coming into the start-finish line here, we're going to be coming down into the non-traditional turn 1 at Daytona. You're going to try to hang it out wide and cut it in as close as you can to that concrete wall. And then you're going to come through this itty-bitty chicane right here. It has a name. I forget. Sorry, my memory is short as my hair. Coming into International Horseshoe, you're going to try to hang it out wide, hit that late apex, and power on as hard as you can. Try to use up most of the track. You make sure to put that left side on that curb. And then you're going to come into the dog leg here. Very fast. Prototype cars flat out. GT cars, you're probably going to be feathering the throttle a little bit. You're coming into a double apex Western Horseshoe right now. Coming out. And coming down the mid-straight here, coming into the entrance, back up onto the traditional NASCAR oval. Coming into NASCAR turn 1, he's going to be flat out, pretty much kind of just, listening to the car, enjoying the ride, smoking a cigar, probably having a beer. I didn't know he's not. I'm just kidding, people. This is a race car. Come on. Anyways, he's coming down the backstretch right now. He's coming down into what is the bus stop, but they renamed it Le Mans Chicane. Grown. Flat out coming out of the whatever you want to call it. Yeah, that thing. Anyways, coming up on NASCAR turn 3. Flat out still. You want to get a really good run out of that bus stop, because if you don't, then you're pretty much killing all your speed down the down the front straight here. Turn 4, coming back on the front straight here, coming through the tri-oval section, and this is the lap at the Daytona road course.
All right, well, while you were doing that, we had some issues throughout the field that might involve some of your some of your race controlling. Dalton goes way wide into turn number 1. He's the silver car. And you have Carter Jackson in the purple and black. They get into it together. And then you all have Jesus as well. After the bus stop spins it to the inside. Nothing else further there. Joe, I'll let you go do your thing. But Ken Huber leading Michael Clark by a second, 1.4. Now it's 1.5 coming out of the bus stop. And you have Mike Rupp in third, Donald Cepek fourth, and Daniel Krim in fifth. What's going on, Brendan? Nate, we showed both. And I don't know how CPEC has different headlights. Like there's an extra one. Maybe there's like a high beam light. But Ken Huber, your race leader on lap 7 with a 2.5 lead over Michael Clark. Both of them doing a pretty good job lap time wise. Clark a little bit faster this time by. And if we get going and it stays green, which it's going to unless we get a track clogger.
I doubt we're going to see that.
Yeah, neither do I. We might actually see a battle brewing, as it looks like Huber pulls away through the inner portion of the racetrack. Not by a lot, just a little bit. But once we get back onto the NASCAR portion of the course into the bus stop, that's where I think Clark makes up his time. Did you go
Oh
deal
yeah,
with
that was
incident?
Yep, that was a racing incident. There's nothing to call on that one.
Nope, that's fine. That's exactly what we wanted to hear. We wanted to hear what it was because we saw it happen.
Yep. And it looks like Josh Vidal pit early. He was on pit road here.
Back out on the racetrack. Did not take 17-second pit stop, Joe. Is that tires too, or is that just fuel?
That could be tires. That could be tires and fuel. It all depends.
Just over 30 minutes remaining here at Daytona. Ken Huber, your race leader. Michael Clark sitting in third. Mike Rupp in third. Michael Clark in second. Donald Cepek fourth. Daniel Krim sitting all by himself in fifth. Jake Ziedow in sixth, who's from 11th to 6th, making a really good run out of it. But it looks like we might have a battle here for that 7th spot with Nikolai and Jesus.
Nikolai's through the grass.
Yeah, and you can see Jesus flashing those lights like crazy in front of Jesus. They're all flashing their lights. Like, hi everybody, we're on stream.
Yeah, hi everybody.
Jesus just a couple laps ago had the fastest lap of the race. That has now been switched over back to Michael Clark. 145.25 to Huber is 145.40.
By mistake. New overlay. Who dis?
Jesus, after having that issue with Nikolai, is putting on a heck of a lap to drive back to him. At one point, it was almost a 2-second time difference, and we're down to 0.3 right now as they're going to cross the line.
Yeah, Jesus is in a good position. If he can sneak up a little bit closer and kind of just hang right off of his bumper through the infield section, he can probably get a really good run.
Oh, as we have Krim off the racetrack.
Oh. There's a wild Krim in the dirt.
Oh, he just loses it. Don't hit anything, don't hit. Oh. Oh, it wasn't a big hit at least.
Gutted. That sucks. Ooh, go Jesus. He's gonna get him one of these laps.
As he's off the racetrack.
Oh no, he's off the track.
Now, Joe, they have an incident limit, and Jesus has had a good chunk of them. What number are they getting to before they hit black flag territory?
15 before you have to take a drive-through penalty, and then if you hit 30, you are out of my lobby.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and I don't do it. iRacing does. Thanks.
Hey, you're not the bad guy. iRacing is.
No, I'm the bad guy still because I'm the one who programmed it to do that. Haha.
Nikolai up to 6th with Dalton in 7th. Dalton trying to rebound after having a lap 1 incident. That 12 has been fast all night. The issue for him is he put himself in such a huge hole. Like what I was saying, it's been an uphill battle for him this whole race, and he's gotten into some sketchy spots.
Dalton does this just to have fun.
I don't know.
I'm just gonna go to the back of the
on
field.
Purpose.
I'm just gonna go to the back of the field. I'm gonna go whip everybody's butts, you know. But we don't pay points on passes. Although that would be entertaining to know what the pass count is.
Oh God. I wish I had that as Carter Jackson with an issue.
Uh-oh.
I think he had to jump to pit road. Out of turn 1. Uh-oh. Ooh.
Ouch.
Dalton Fredericks with an issue as well through the kink. Looking for a dive.
Ooh. Oh!
Did Nikolai brake check him a little bit?
That's entertaining to see. Let's find out.
Kind of, right? He just stays on the brake a little bit longer where Dalton doesn't anticipate it.
Yep, that's another racing incident. Dalton's just not having a night right now.
No, at a track that he's normally pretty good at.
Dalton needs to go back to his regular orange car.
With everything going on, though, Joe, we have Nikolai, Krim, and Dalton all within 4 seconds of each other.
We got 2 on pit road right now, too.
I have Jesus and Carter. Carter jumped the pit road.
Yep.
Jesus just entered. I think Ken is just gap management right now with with Michael Clark.
Pretty much.
So Joe, since we're at a little bit of a lull on the race course right now, how about that exciting news that happened this weekend?
Oh, what news? I don't know what you're talking. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Everybody in this chat right now needs to congratulate AJ and Jess on the announcement of their baby boy that will be arriving in July.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited that we're actually able to tell everybody now, because it's been killing me.
I want to know when you're going to have the rest of your baseball team together.
Oh, whoa. Well, hold there. Hold on there, pal. Okay. Hold on there, slugger. Hey there, slugger. Thanks, Joe. I appreciate that. That's not where I was going with that, but okay.
There you go.
Since we're gonna go there with that, if anybody would like to contribute at all, if you don't have to, completely optional. But if you'd like to, we did put our registry in the description, along with any merch for All Star 15 TV, Nerds, and Wrestling with Nerds merch that you guys end up buying. All proceeds go into a diaper fund. So. I'm sorry. Did Capicchio really say that?
I'm.
Oh God, I love him.
We've corrupted that man.
No, what I was going to mention was that the Wrestling with Nerds podcast, each night after WrestleMania, will be doing an immediate reaction to that night of WrestleMania. Well, that's where I was going with that.
You should have clued me in.
You were there when we were talking about it. It's okay.
Again,
You're sick. You're sick.
My memory is as short as my hair.
Nikolai, Krim, and Fredericks all under a blanket, and Nikolai gets turned. Feel like we're gonna need to go back and take a look at that. Krim goes to the inside. Oh, Krim just gets into him. We'll jump on board with Daniel Krim here. See the cockpit. Oh, the wheel doesn't turn up, but it looks like it just stays a little straighter. Check it, I'll look at it again. Yeah, I don't think that was on purpose, but damn, that's definitely a hard hit for Nikolai, and Josh Vidal also with an issue on the racetrack. Going into the bus stop. Oh, he's going a little too hot. I hope the 26 is okay.
The 26 is disconnected.
Wow, what a hit. Was that a racing deal between Krim and Nikolai?
It'll be reviewed later on this evening.
All right. Up front, Ken Huber pulling away. It looks like about a 10th or 2 each lap. It adds up, people. There's a 3-second gap between Huber and Clark. And then a huge gap between Clark and Rupp, sitting right around 7.5 seconds. Then Donald Cepek in 4th, another 2.5 back from Rupp. And then you have Jake Zito in 5th, almost 9 seconds back from Cepek. So from first to fifth is just about 22 seconds, Joe. Big gap.
That's nuts.
Well, you got to look at Ken and Mike putting down some qualifying laps during the race. Wouldn't be surprised if they hit pit road relatively soon. We're more than halfway home in the race this evening. We're just about to hit 20 minutes remaining. Glad to have you all here. Hit that like button, subscribe, follow. Check out all our sponsors in the description below. Like I said, Ken Huber on the racetrack with Clark and Rupp both hitting pit road. It's like they're listening to us, Joe.
It happens that way sometimes.
Oop, trying to hit the right button. Now, how long before you think we see Ken hit, or do you think he's going to run it completely almost empty and take the least amount of fuel? Because you said earlier in the race, you don't see people taking tires. We haven't seen people take tires all season long.
Yeah, he's gonna try to run it as low as possible.
Just watch. As we say that, he's going to be hitting pit road.
Well, he should be close to fumes at this point, unless he's been fuel saving. And there's looks like a cone out in the middle of the track.
I don't know if throwing a caution, somebody will come out and clear debris. Don't know if they've implemented that yet.
No. I'm glad somebody's using the endurance lace on this car tonight. There's a whole complement of lighting on this car that you can actually adjust, even though we're using fixed setup.
You talking about CPAC?
Well, CPAC's got the endurance lighting on, and then if you look really close to the roof line, he's got the neon greens turned on.
Oh, nice.
Right there above the door. Yeah, nobody else is using it right now.
CPAC and Huber on pit road, but Joe, we have two accidents to take a look at. Jesus going into turn number 1. Oh, it looked like a wheel hop.
That's too much rear brake.
And he doesn't hit anything. Good for him.
Yep.
But we're also having to look at Carter Jackson as well. He did have to jump to pit road.
Oh, dang.
Oh, he just pulled it off.
Okay.
At that point, you just passed pit road.
Ken Huber just made it out of pit road, and he's still in the lead.
By 8 seconds.
Yeah.
There was a 3.5 second gap between Huber and Clark, Joe.
When just before the pit stop started, yeah.
It's amazing. Well, that with Ken, we know how good of a racetrack driver he is. He can get around any of these courses with the best of them. But a thing he really excels at is getting on pit road, into his box, and then off pit road. No incidents. A very high efficiency driver. And we've seen that all season long.
Few mistakes, and when he does make a mistake, typically we have the wild Scott Rambler that goes and capitalizes on it, but you know, no Scott tonight. Sad face.
Unfortunately, no Scott tonight.
Yeah, he did say to congratulate Ken Huber on his win about an hour ago.
That's so messed up, but not necessarily wrong.
I'm going to record that and make that a soundboard.
Well, Joe, as we have about 16 minutes remaining in tonight's race, let's go pay some bills. Check out all the sponsor descriptions, sponsor links in the description below if you're on YouTube or Facebook. But we're gonna say hello to some of them.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
It is feature time in Tulsa. Let's go green.
He's got the run, but is it enough? It's a drag race to the finish. Goldberg goes from third to first in the last quarter.
Experience the world's most legendary racing events with iRacing. iRacing special events allow any member to compete in full-length multiplayer races based on some of the biggest events in motorsports all year round. Compete in virtual endurance races such as the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, and the Nürburgring 24 Hours. Take on some of the toughest races on the NASCAR calendar, such as the Daytona 500 and the Coke 600. We have races from disciplines across the racing world, from the Indy 500 to the Chili Bowl, from the Bathurst 1000 to the Crandon Championship. Our endurance special events utilize iRacing's team feature, where members can sign up and race together on their own team, swapping drivers throughout the race. Other events use iRacing Super Sessions, where you're not only racing against those on track, but against everyone taking part. As every race progresses, watch and feel the track change, with progressive time of day, dynamic weather and rain, and dynamic track debris and surface changes. Take on your favorite discipline, or try a brand new racing challenge with our biggest races of the year, the iRacing Special Events. Learn more at iracing.com/special-events.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. There's a reason that Makoni Setup Shop is trusted by more virtual and real-world tracks and companies than any other setup shop in iRacing. With partners such as Stafford Motor Speedway, the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, Five Flag Speedway, Speed 51, and more. When you want something done right, you go to the experts at Makoni Setup Shop.
With setups available for most series on both asphalt and dirt, built by a team of professional builders consisting of some of the top talents on the service, Makoni Setup Shop LLC has what you need to hit the track with confidence. Head over to MakoniSetupShop.com and learn why Makoni Setup Shop is the official setup shop of Richmond Raceway Esports and is partnered with some of the largest names in virtual and real racing.
And remember, at Makoni Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
And there it is, green flag in the air, and we are a go.
Curb, curb, curb again.
Oh! And he's gonna make it work as they're 3/10 back.
Sir, you can't park there.
And we are back, everyone. Glad to have you here. Hit that like button, subscribe, follow. Just over 11 minutes remaining into tonight's race. Ken Huber has led the way the whole time. Joe, it's been a lot of fun to watch all the smaller battles around the racetrack. Speaking of that, Michael Rupp is closing in on Donald Cepek. That is for third. We do have some fun tomorrow night. We go to Auto Club with a car, 100 laps with those Xfinity cars. It's going to be a fun one. Hoping you're going to feel better and able to race control and give everybody around the racetrack the business if they get out of line. But I'm looking forward to it. Auto Club in Michigan are some of my favorite racetracks on the sim, with the speeds going into turn number 1 and having to adjust for them, especially if you're behind somebody.
It's it makes for entertaining racing, and rip Auto Club.
Yeah, I don't think we're ever seeing it again.
No.
Might be a development or something.
Right now, it's a bunch of warehouses.
Yeah, right where not even right where turn 1 is basically a warehouse. It's very depressing.
It's yeah, I don't think you'll ever be able to fit even a short track in there.
No, not at all. Still watching this battle very closely with Rupp and Cepek. Michael Rupp will jump on board with him to see where he's gaining the time as Donald Cepek in front of him, really trying to go up the racetrack just a little bit to try to break the draft. As there is Rupp getting right in his wake. 4/10 separating. This is going to be a very tight battle down the stretch, Joe.
Oh yeah, this is the closest battle on the track by a long shot.
It looks like Rupp is flashing him though.
Try to take him out of the game.
Is that actually an effective strategy?
Yes and no. Some people think it's annoying. It
I
looks
always
like
thought there
Dalton
was a
just kinda
rule
passed her.
against doing it excessively.
In IMSA, yes. Maybe.
In the Super Tropheo series, no.
Nah. Yeah, Dalton hit the incident limit.
The major one or the smaller one?
The 15.
Oh, okay. And I wonder if that has something to do with how he's been driving, Joe. He has been trying to get back into the top 5, into the top 3. We know where he can run, but I think at some point he's been driving, I don't want to say over his head, but it's been very aggressive to try to make as much time back as possible.
I mean, initially, he kind of put himself in a hole by running over the curb at the beginning of this race. So sometimes you get shook and you just can't get out of it.
Once again, you see Rupp flashing his lights to Cepek. That battle just about a half a second. And we only have about 3 or 4 more laps to go around the Daytona International Speedway road course. It's been a very fun race throughout the running order. The only driver we have not had to worry about is Ken Huber. I guess Michael Clark as well, because he's been in second most of the night.
We talked about Clark early, with his being blinker boy, but it seems to have straightened out a little bit.
CPEC with a very good inside portion of the track puts that gap back up to his second. Wow, Rupp made up 2/10 just on the bus stop alone, and it's still closing in. Joe, you get through that bus stop, you set yourself all the way into turn number 1. How crucial is that? Because we're seeing it right now.
Very crucial, because you want to be the better person off the bus stop, always. Because regardless if you have the draft or not, you're going to make up a buttload of time right off, getting out of there, because you're just, extending the straightaway at that point, making it, being able to carry more speed.
Is that the biggest turn on the racetrack? Is the bus stop, to make sure you get through it as fast as possible?
If you're in a battle with somebody, yeah, I would. My key areas would be being really good through international, trying to stick it through the dog leg where they're going through right now, and then, here at the west end, any of the infield corners, you really want to sit here and kind of be getting pretty close, because you're going to set yourself up coming onto that 1-2 NASCAR oval corners.
Well, here they go back onto NASCAR 1, 6-10 separating the two of them.
Yeah, see, CPEC gets a really good run coming back onto the NASCAR oval, but Rupp makes up a bunch of time here in the bus stop. And you can see that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
4/10 now separating. 3/10. He's going to be there. This is going to be the closest he's going to have a shot to.
Ooh. He's inside. Oh, he's going to get the pass done. Going into turn 1. Let's see if he can stick it. And Rupp gets around CPEC. Late race pass. Good job. Now let's see if Rupp can stay out front and not let the pressure get to him. That was a textbook pass at Daytona right there.
And Michael Rupp moves himself into 3rd place. Can he hold on to it, Joe?
Well, we'll see, because there's a lot of pressure when you're the lead car. We got what, 2 minutes and 30 seconds left?
Yes, sir. Joe, I need a favor from you.
I didn't do it, I swear.
I need the permalink for Super Tropheo, if you could send it to me.
I will get that to you here in a little bit.
Somebody just asked to join.
Okay. Hold, please.
You're good. Hope they do, because more the merrier. Ken Huber's waxing the field. Now it's almost 11 seconds over Michael Clark. But that battle is for 3rd. Can't CPEC get back to Mike Rupp? And you have Jake Ziedow plus 6 spots, 11th to 5th throughout this race. A very positive race for Jake. But very comfortably in that 5th position. Daniel Krim back in 6th. Jesus Pastilla's in 7th. And Dalton Fredericks right there in 8th, trying to gain another spot. As Dalton's looking to the outside.
Dalton's going to try to side draft him.
Dalton's going to go
Yeah,
way
he's got-
long here.
Dalton's going to get a way better run coming down in International because of that. Watch, he's going to stick that nose out right now. Oh, jeez. They bounced off each other.
And Dalton makes the pass. Dalton Fredericks with the fastest lap of the race, a 1:44.76. Holy shnikes. That's fast.
There really isn't anything Dalton can't drive well. He just had some bad luck tonight.
Yes, he did. But this should be the white flag lap. Ken Huber on the infield one final time. What a race. What a race by Ken. Just because Scott's not here or what have you, he still has to go out and perform. And it seems no matter who's in the field, he will always find a way up towards the front.
Sir, this was called a clinic.
An ass whooping?
You said it, not me.
Can we say that? Is that a thing?
I mean, it doesn't bother me none. Not my channel.
Through the bus stop for the final time. Ken hits all 4 points through it. And it is set sail to the start-finish line.
Oh, man. Way to go, Ken.
Ken Huber wins at Daytona. Race number 7 of the Super Tropheo series. Ooh. Did Jesus get dumped? No. Joe, keep an eye on that. Oh! Oh, he loses it going back on the NASCAR one. Michael Clark in second. Third, it's Mike Rupp. CPEC in fourth. Zidow fifth. Grim crossing the start-finish line right here. That's going to be for sixth. Dalton Fredericks in seventh. And Jesus, when he gets there, will round out the field in eighth. Overall, Joe, a fun, eventful race, even though Ken put a waxing on the field.
Jesus out here trying to do his best impression of Scott Ramler.
That's what I was thinking, too.
He hasn't finished the race yet, though.
I know.
That's the funny part.
Hey, he got through the bus stop okay. He's coming out of turn 4 now. We'll talk to our podium guys in just a second. And there it is.
Hey, go Jesus! Woo!
All right.
We still got one more.
No, we don't.
There's a couple that are still out on the track.
Well, yeah, but their race is already over.
I see how this is.
All right, let's talk to P3. Michael Rupp, it's AJ and Joe in the broadcast booth. Congratulations on the P3 finish. What an awesome battle with Donald Cepak the last couple laps. It looked like you got to him the first time, and then you got through turn 1 and turn 2 a little wonky. Gave about a second back to him, but you fought all the way back. How was it out there, and how was it battling into that top 3 position?
The fight with Donald, it was great. I was just kind of studying him. I knew I was a lot faster than him through the bus stop, so as soon as I could get close enough coming out of the bus stop, I was going for it, and eventually I just made it stick and just had to keep him behind me through the rest of the race. And coming out of the last lap, like I said, I knew I was faster through the bus stop, so as soon as I nailed that, I knew I had it.
It very much felt like you were the best out of everybody coming out of the bus stop. You just needed that one lap where you would get back onto NASCAR 1 very well, as well. And you did. Coming down towards turn 1 the following lap, you make the pass. Very textbook. Joe said it, I think, perfectly, that you set that up 2 laps in the making and took care of it.
Well, I had that set up probably 5 laps in the making, let's be honest.
But overall, how was it out there? Because we had a quick transition into night. A lot of grip, because those cars looked very racy out there.
Yeah, like I said, it was a lot of fun. The draft wasn't too strong with the high downforce setup. I mean, it was really only worth a couple tenths, but if you got it, it definitely made the difference. And like we were saying, as far as setting that move up, I think that's probably one of the advantages I have over most of these guys in real life racing is just kind of the mind games and the racecraft that gets involved with it. Like, there's a lot more to it than you think.
All right, brother. Well, before we let you go, hit those beautiful sponsors.
Like I said, I don't have any sponsors, but if anyone's out there looking for someone to sponsor, you got a guy right here. Or should I say, I know a guy.
Well, I mean, it does say Drinkin' Bros on the side of the car that we painted for you.
Well, yeah, let's go with that. That Joe threw on the side of my car for me, or I guess Daniel did. But
Daniel did it.
Shout out to Drinkin' Bros.
All right,
Shout out
Mike.
to Daniel too.
Thanks for talking with us, pal. We'll see you next week at Road America.
Sounds good, guys.
Joe, the driver that finished second here this evening, it's Mike Clark.
Mr. Clark, do you got a copy?
I do.
What a drive. That was amazing work on your trying to keep up with Ken. How?
Yeah, I was just saying, I think anything finishing within like 10 seconds of that guy is a win for me, I'd say. But yeah, it was just making no mistakes. It's a track that I'm pretty good at. After running the Daytona 24-hour, I thought I'd be sick of the place, but in a GTP car, I just had to adjust some braking points. But it was just really comfortable with the track the whole time, so it was just kind of like running hot laps at that point.
Oh. Yeah, it I'm sorry. I'm not feeling good today.
Okay.
I mean, you looked like you were on a rail there, and we were kind of hoping that it was going to kind of materialize with you and Ken kind of hanging together, but it looks like he was just gap managing at some point during this race.
Yeah, I was just hoping I would get in his draft there. I was hanging out about 3 seconds back from him, and then 3 turned into 5, and then 5 turned into 9. So I was just hoping he would make a mistake.
Yeah, usually you got to capitalize on Ken Huber's mistakes. I mean, there's other people that do that, but But congratulations on second place at Daytona, man. Good work. And you got any people you want to plug on that car?
Yeah, I was given a really nice paint job here with the Cobalt and the tuner on the car. Give me 1 second, I can pull it up and uh see who made that for me. His
Oh, I
name
gotta
was
already tell you. Daniel Krim.
Daniel Crab. All right, yes, but great work by him.
Alrighty. Well, congratulations on second place, and hopefully we'll see you next week at Road America.
Yeah, for sure. Appreciate it, man.
Not a problem.
All right, it's time to talk to P1 once again. Seems like it's every other week with this gentleman. It's Ken Huber.
Hey, what's going on, AJ?
Not much. How you doing, pal? How about that butt kicking again?
I wouldn't call it a butt kicking, but I'll take those. I know Michael Clark, he was really fast tonight, and we were talking earlier. Is like if he could have just sniffed the draft for that first stint, he would have been right there. But I think I still would have got him overall on the pit strategy. I was able to gain a few seconds on the pits, but it would have been a close race. But I was trying desperately to keep him out of my draft, and of course, Rambler wasn't here tonight, so made things a little easier.
Yeah, Rambler's out doing Rambler things. Uh, but the Daytona road course, we saw it be racy for a lot of drivers. You, not really, because you were up front, leading the whole night. Um, but how was it out on the race course? It looked like it was uh, very fun out there. Was there a ton of grip?
Yeah, there was a lot of grip on corner entry and stuff. It's just exits you had to be really careful. The traction control, it like needed one click of traction control. Maybe it was a little slick, so you had to be put that egg underneath the gas pedal when you're throttling up out of the corners. But other than that, yeah, it was pretty. The cars were pretty solid tonight. I don't really have any complaints. So just other than that one, and I think I was talking to somebody prior to the race too about tire management. The Lambo, I usually like to run a lot of rear brake bias, especially when there's a high downforce setup. But this, I ended up not doing that because it was just killing the rears and then making it super slick on exit. So I told somebody to move up your bias because that'll probably help on the tire wear. But yeah, overall, pretty good.
Would have been a pain in the butt if you tell somebody, hey, try this, they figure it out and run you down. But,
I always get nervous, just like somebody asked me during the race, how much fuel you taking? I was like, oh, I don't want to tell you. And I didn't know who said it. It might have been my competition.
Well, next week we go to Road America. Completely different racetrack, a completely different feeling racetrack. What are we expecting from you there?
I don't know. Last time I ran there, I got my butt kicked by somebody. I don't remember who. It wasn't Scott, at least. But I'm usually pretty decent there. Road America is a fun track. I think it's going to have the same type of fuel situation here at Daytona. You're pretty much going to burn through a lot of fuel there because you're under throttle for a long time. But it should feel a lot like Daytona tonight. In fact, especially if you guys have it done at night again. You never know.
I didn't even know.
No, we're not doing Road America at night. Sorry. That's my track that I consider my home. No, that place is too nice to look. You have to look at everything.
Yeah, I
That's
got to
not gonna be
figure
on
out.
that
I got
race.
to figure out where I screwed up because Rambler probably kicked my butt out there because I lost by 11 seconds last time I raced there. But I was in the Corvette, so that was my excuse.
Oh wow! All right, brother. Before we let you go, I know we ask you this every single week. Any plugs?
I'll plug Vocal again. We're out of ski season, but now's a chance. You got your discount prices. Get a set of Vocal skis. Get out there, hit the mountain in the fall, and thank you guys for putting on the broadcast. And thanks, Joe, for the league. It's been a lot of fun.
All
I'm
right,
glad you
Ken.
guys are having fun.
It's always a pleasure to talk to you. Can't wait to see what you guys do at Road America, and you enjoy your rest of the week.
Yeah, you guys too. Appreciate it.
All right, Joe, take us home, my friend.
Well, what can I say? It was entertaining. Hopefully we can get some more cars for Road America. Y'all watching, push it to, pretty much everybody, let's try to get, 20 cars for Road America. And, again, thank you, AJ, for broadcasting. And again, I'm going to congratulate you for, you know what for.
Okay. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the nice words everybody has sent us over the last couple days. You guys have no idea how much it means a lot. But yeah, check out all the sponsor stuff in the description. Hit that like, subscribe, and we'll talk to you tomorrow night. 8 Car Auto Club, 8:30. Be there. Take care, everybody.